And so before we start, I'm gonna ask you a question I ask everybody I sit with. Is there anything off limits?
Nah, not really. Like, it's cool. If it's something that I feel like I don't want to answer, I just be like, nah. But, and you good. Do your thing, bro.
Alright.
But I want it to be some dope shit, so, like, yeah, don't hesitate. Be hesitant about no question.
Alright. So it's your boy Cody Mack here. Well, what's the word? And I'm here chilling with Darnell Williams. What's going on?
Chill, what's good, my G?
Alright, guys, so for the people, from our audience that don't know you, who is Darnell Williams?
Darnell Williams is a rapper, director, just overall creative, you know what I'm saying? Like, I direct all my own videos, I edit all my own videos. I used to direct a lot of y'all favorite rappers' videos before I became a rapper myself. Like, I was always making the music, but like, it was just taking the background. Kind of like when Kanye was producing and the beats thing was taking him so far, but like he couldn't get his foot in as just like a straight artist. But yeah, nah, director pretty much turned rapper, but I always been a rapper.
Okay. So you say you directed some of our favorite rapper videos. I know you got to start doing with Big Sean.
Yeah.
Explain to me that process. How was that?
Like linking up or what?
Just linking up with him, just the whole nine.
Man, honestly, bro, like I used to produce with one of Sean homies, this dude named Mack, and I met him for the first time like way back, like in the basement, just at my homie Mack video shoot, just off of like just like wasn't no industry nothing, and just like I was in the basement one day, he popped up, and then from there, you know, I kept in touch with his manager, and when I was in Chicago, I was in there for film doing, you know, Columbia. And we hit him up, you know, tried to shoot a video, and it was like, all right, cool. And I guess pretty much we shot the video and it was whack as hell. They probably wouldn't have put it out, but it was dope. So like, yeah, that was kind of like the start of my whole film career. And from there, stuff just started taking off.
And what video was this?
24 karat. No, that wasn't 24 karat. Too Fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So who were some other people you did videos for?
Mac Miller, R.I.P. French Montana, Joey Badass. And then I was doing a lot, when I was living in New York, I was doing a lot of like good BTS.
Okay.
But a lot of stuff, like, you know, they secretive about stuff, so it's a lot of footage that never came out. But
you still got the footage?
Yeah, but kind of like, you know, it's you know, NDAs and stuff like that. Okay. You can't just
So you just mentioned Mac Miller. How did his passing affect you?
Honestly, bro, it's just sad, bro. Like, I don't know, like, he probably, out of tons of rappers that I met, like, Mac definitely top 5 most humble. Just like, even if he walked in here real quick, like, he'd be joking with you. If you needed a square, he'd give you a square. Like, just a real humble dude, like, from when he was first starting to, like, I seen him at his top, he was just always the same. So, I mean, it just affected me in the sense of just like, man, I just felt really bad about it. Like, I don't know. It wasn't nothing nobody could do to stop it, but it just made me just like, you know, just keep the personality I got, like pretty much stay grounded, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I don't never see myself going off, it's just like if I ever was to pass, I would want people to be like, yeah, Darnell was this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying good things about me, pretty much like Mack, and honest good things too, not just like, oh, since somebody passing, I want to say the best words. Like, nah, you was definitely just a really good dude that left way too early.
Well, you got any Mack Miller stories or like some cool Mack Miller stories?
I'll tell y'all one thing, like, we was at the G's video shoot, and me and Mack was playing one-on-one, like just like 21. Mm-hmm. I definitely lost, but people don't know this nigga Mack Miller had the illest 3, like a Steph Curry 3. Like, he would come out the house, take 2 steps, and shoot it all the way to the garage and make it. Really? Yeah, I think he was a baller. Like, for real, Mack could ball. A lot of people don't know that, but Mack could ball, for real.
Okay. So you it's something interesting you said in the beginning of the interview. You said like how Kanye was a producer, you was a videographer.
Yeah.
So you come from Detroit 7 Mile, right?
Yep, West 7 Mile.
You from 7 Mile, and you kind of the same thing. Kanye came from Chicago, went to New York, so you came from Detroit and came to Chicago. Mm-hmm. So what was your experience like?
In the shop?
In the shop, just trying to grow up and just trying to be a videographer, like a director.
Oh man, coming out the shop was crazy, cause like I was fresh off Detroit. Like I was fresh, like 18 years in Detroit. Like I didn't know nothing other than that. And then coming from that to going to like this art school, where don't nobody look like me. All of the kids is rich. It was just like a whole transition that I had to go through. But at the same time, I was finding myself. Like I remember I came out here and everybody's jeans was slimmer and shit, you know, cause the Chi y'all be up on fashion a little quicker than Detroit. And my shit was baggy as hell. Like I never realized how baggy my jeans was till I left Detroit, you know what I'm saying? I got out here and motherfuckers was frying my ass, going on my ass. But like, you know, I just started taking notice to different styles and stuff like that. And then by the time I got back to Detroit, I had a whole new style. My niggas was cracking on me about my jeans and shit like that. But yeah, bro, it was just a whole like transitional phase from like, you know, like being like super hood to like developing my taste level and then becoming the dude I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago is like the center of that, where I literally met everybody who was a key to like where I'm at today.
Okay, explain who some guys or some people, women or just individuals you met that helped you get to where you're today.
Man, definitely two people for sure is like Mike Carson and Mike Wax. Cause I don't know, we used to run Ill Roots.
Yeah.
Roots, yeah. So Ill Roots, yeah, you know Ill Roots, we was tear up the city, just young fellas with it. So like from there, man, you know everybody was looking out for us, from like Don, RSVP, Virgil, Mark Moran, who else, bro? Man, it's literally a ton of names. Even Joe, Rello, like you. Nah, but for real, bro, it's literally been like, yeah, just. It's not even a list I could do. Like there's so many people that I know in the city that help me out in little ways, be it just like helping me get on this blog right here, or help me when we was running the blog, helping us get an artist, or even like right now still like letting us use leaders to do this interview and stuff like that. So the Chi just always been showing me love.
Okay. So by being from Detroit and coming to Chicago, what's some things in Chicago culture that you feel helped shape your career?
Definitely y'all fashion, y'all DIY sense, like how everybody out here is real, like I could figure it out on my own. Like even the thing when I came out here, it was like everybody named Mama had streetwear. Everybody was making streetwear, like the little tees and graphic tees, and it was like, all right, you know, it get to a point where it's oversaturated, but still just the fact that all of y'all had that hustle, and it was just like young kids doing it like that, because back in Detroit, it's a couple kids here and there, but for the most, we don't really be moving like that. So that was definitely inspiring, just like how y'all just start businesses and stuff like that out of nothing, out of hustles pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a line from Detroit that I follow, I think they call it like Dirt Label or something like that with the bear. They were pretty dope.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Let's go back to the Detroit culture. It's a lot of rappers out there that's going crazy. You got Cash Down, you got Sada Baby, you got T Grizzly. Why do you feel like the city hasn't really, getting notification, or the spotlight hasn't been on the D like that?
Man, that's a hard one. I feel like in one sense we don't, in another sense we do, but it's almost like cause we have Motown, Detroit. So no matter what, everything you hear, every year you're gonna hear Detroit type something from a Detroit musician. Because even if it's just gonna be sampled, you know what I'm saying? But every year, every song, they always sampling Motown. So that's always gonna be there. But as far as like our rap style, bro, like I feel like people are taking notice, but it's almost at the point where we starting to bubble to the point where we can't be like, yo, this is our style. Cause you're starting to hear other rappers. Like I done heard rappers from Alabama rapping like Detroit. Shout out to Bay, but they got a like similar style. But so I feel like it's blowing up, but it's just like a slow rise until everybody realize like, man, where did that style come from? That kind of offbeat like flow, and people realize that like it's Detroit. But yeah, it ain't. I don't think the city, we ain't mad at it though. Like we definitely know the come up is coming. It's just gonna take a couple more of us and like more people like me and Sada to just like keep changing the game and changing the way that people do it. And look at us, like even like Sada, like off rip, you look at him, he might not look straight like the Detroit dude. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a little different. Same with me. I feel like that comes from just us traveling and just trying to be more international with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Speaking of Sada say Eminem is not one of the top rappers from Detroit. What was your take on that?
Man, shout out Sada, cause I got Sada on the tape. Me and Sada got a dope song. But what's my take on what?
Like him saying Eminem was not one of the top 5 rappers out of Detroit.
I'm not gonna say Eminem not one of the top 5 rappers out of Detroit. I feel like what he was trying to say is like in Detroit though, like if we go down the top 5, most people not even putting Eminem on the list. And it's not saying that we don't like Eminem. Like if you're a real fan of rap, you like Eminem. It's just no way you could just be like, oh, Eminem suck. But it's just the thing of like who you see, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was like a top 5 rappers, I'll name you like number 1 would be Blade Icewood. Like that's hood superstar, you know what I'm saying? Then to get down, like, but as far as like Eminem, like he always been so big from the moment he came out that even though he like put like, you know, said Detroit, it wasn't never like he was bringing our culture with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't bring our Detroit culture to the forefront. He just talked about Detroit and his upbringing, but that's not necessarily the upbringing of most Detroiters. Like growing up on the other side of the train tracks, coming, like he had a whole different, so I mean he is dope, you know what I'm saying? He definitely part of the whole movement and everything like that, but like at the same time I feel like people just feel a certain kind of way about him because he like the biggest, but it's not the actual Detroit culture that's like getting like, you know, broadcast, but he got the biggest platform. So, but yeah, I feel like it ain't as deep as people be making it seem though. Like we definitely got love for him, but it's just different.
I think I can get you. I think a lot of Chicagoans felt that way about some of our guys, like Ye for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got too big where he don't even really relate to the city. But what I want to segue into is you being from the crib.
Yeah.
I mean, you being from Detroit.
Yeah.
Then you coming down into Chicago. I seen somewhere that you had a situation with your friend Mike Carson that took you to New York.
Yeah.
So could you explain to people what that situation was?
Well, bro, one night I was at the crib and Carson, we was roommates. He knocked on my door like, bro, I'm about to go to New York. Virgil just hit me like to go shoot for Kanye. This was like my Twisted Dark Fantasy time or whatever. So I was like, oh, like when you coming back? He was like, man, I don't know. So I had this other camera. He had a camera. I gave him my other camera. Was like, yeah, man, just take this, cause like I think you gonna be needing it more than me. So fast forward, like he was in New York. I think Wax ended up going out there because Mike Wax was from Connecticut. So he like stay in Connecticut, go to New York, and they was shooting. And I was like, man, I remember I was like, yo, what's going on? Is he gonna come back? I was just living in Pilsen at this 2-bedroom by myself for like a year. So like it came to a point where I'm like, man, what is going on? Like we about to still keep shooting videos. They gonna just move to New York. And then like pretty much towards the end of that year, like right when Watch the Throne was dropping, I got a call. He was like, yeah, son, you ready to move to New York? And I was like, hell yeah. So I packed all my stuff, bro, and then I went out there and then we just kept it moving, kept shooting good stuff.
Did you build a relationship with Kanye and with Virgil out there?
I mean, we already had Kanye. No, I done been around Kanye plenty of times and stuff. Don't know him, no beef or nothing like that. But Virgil, we just knew him from RSVP Gallery being up there all the time. So we already knew everybody by the time we got out there. But it wasn't no thing where it was just it wasn't no thing where I was anywhere close to doing no music stuff with anybody over there, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely like strictly film. I was super in the background and people didn't even know I made music at the time, like, or even see me in that light, you know?
Did you ever try to pitch your music to somebody like, yo, check this out?
They used to talk to Sean a lot about it, like, bro, I rap, and Big Sean would be like, yeah, all right, man, like, you know, we need to edit or whatever like that, but, I mean, but it's funny now, cause like, you know, I run into him all the time, cause we both on like Roc Nation, so like I run into him all the time now, and it's like, yeah, I told you, like, yeah, I was serious, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't no thing where it like made me mad or nothing. Like I figured it was gonna take a little bit for people to like see me outside of a director as an actual artist, even though I've been doing it my whole life.
Okay. Alright, so we got the New York.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go to LA.
Yeah.
You moved to LA.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that experience.
Man, so basically I moved out there. I was still shooting videos, and then like everything just kind of fell apart. Like the whole like company, everybody just started doing. We had to start doing different stuff, like getting busy to the point we wasn't shooting the videos like that no more. So like the company, that was just kind of falling apart. Not Ill Roots as a brand, but just like us working together. And yeah, man, I kind of like fell on hard times. Like I was like homeless for a minute, and I was like couch hopping. And then my homie from Detroit, he randomly just moved to LA or whatever, and he was like, yo, I got this room, but he got a kitchen that come with the room, and you could crash in there, you know, for a couple of weeks until you get on your feet, because he seen I was messed up. And man, a couple of weeks just turned into months. Months turned into like a year. but I was just like, it was really just like I needed time to get my mind back right, because I was like, my life was 360. Like I had a dope crib to like sleeping on the floor in South Central, and now I feel like I'm back in the hood. I done made it out the hood to go back to a hood that's not even my hood. You know what I'm saying? So like it was just like a mind fuck, and I had to like really like reevaluate and like be comfortable with nothing, humble myself. And then once I got to that point, just being like, yo, I'm really comfortable with just like shit, making it back to the crib, having enough to buy a burger and some weed. Like that was my schedule every day, either eating Popeyes, Burger King, and some weed. Work on my computer and shit like that. But as long as I had that, once I got comfortable with that groove, man, I just like said, fuck it. I'm putting all of this shit into the rap music. I'm not shooting no film for nobody. I'm not chasing after no artist to shoot for. I'm about to do this shit on my own. Like, I'm gonna put this rap shit out and this shit gonna work. Set up a studio in the closet, start recording shit. Like, I had like some old video footage. I shot some new shit and I put those 2 clips together and made a video. And then I put it out, man, and like, you know, long story short, bro, I got like a call from this dude that was trying to manage me, because I had Travis Scott post it. And the video wasn't getting no views, but after Travis posted it, that shit shot up to like motherfucking like 6,000 views or something like that, which still wasn't shit. But this dude that was trying to manage me seen it, and he was like, yo, he was still standing out here, matter of fact, he was standing in Chicago, working some like whack ass like desk job like that he didn't want to do. But he was just like trying, like I said, like just trying to be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, yeah, I got this, he was like, yo, bro, if you let me manage you, you know, I quit this fucking job and I'll come back to LA. Like, I feel like I can get you an opportunity, like this shit could really work out. And I was like, man, yeah, all right, whatever. But all right, let me know, bro. So I hang up the phone. Maybe like 2 weeks later, this nigga actually called me. Like, yo, what's up, man? Where you at? Like, shit, I got a studio, I think, you know, I want to introduce you to some people. I got a studio you could use, like 24/7 pro. We could really get this album, start making stuff. And then from there, bro, like, it's just start rolling on until where we at today.
When did you get a contact? I see you got a contact with LA Reid and some other folks. Like, when did that happen?
That, I think, so October, November, probably like August last year or something. Like, I signed my deal in like November. Okay. So the LA Reid stuff maybe might have been like a month or 2 before that, something like that. Okay. But yeah, he just came to the studio by chance because they were supposed to go play this pop singer music at this meeting, and my manager tagged along, and this crazy ass nigga like threw on one of my songs or whatever, this song called Ham, that's not out yet. It's like gonna be like 2 singles ahead. But he played it. LA Reid was going crazy. Like, yo, I got to meet this kid today. You know what I'm saying? So he put up to the studio, and we chopped it up for a good while. You know what I'm saying? And I almost was like about to sign to Hitco, but being that 12 tone and like
Doug Morris, right?
Yeah, Doug Morris. That's Doug Morris and Steve Bartles. Okay. Yeah, but I already had a close relationship with Steve Bartles because, you know, he used to be the head up at Def Jam. Yeah. And Doug was the head up, used to be the head at Sony, and they started their own label. But I had a relationship with Steve like way before, because he just rocked with my music before I had like any kind of popularity, you know what I'm saying? So when the LA Reid situation approached, I just hit Steve up like, yo, I know you wanted to sign me, but the label wasn't like created yet. And I just want to let you know, basically, like, you know, we got this LA Reid situation, and I didn't want to just sign nothing and like leave you out, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, I appreciate, like, fuck that though, like, let's write something up, let's get something down on the play. And like, man, pretty much got one of the best deals ever. And then from there, I hit Roc Nation back because they was trying to sign me too. And I was like, man, you know, I got a deal, you know, and it's like, I think it's perfect for me, but I still want to keep this relationship with y'all. And it was just like, cool, man, let's do the management. And then from there, it just been rocking, man.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. That's a dope story.
That's a hell lot of stories, bro.
Because what I want to, one thing before I tackle the next thing, I wanted to ask you about the whole Travis Scott relationship. Like, Travis Scott just tweeted your stuff out. Like, how did that just happen?
Bruh, like, man, honestly, I would tell people, like, it's all about, like, really just being a good person. Like, you never know who you're talking to, you know what I'm saying? You never know. And, I feel like Travis had Facebook messaged me a long time from the Il Root stuff, like, yo, could you put our video, check my video out, or like, you know, and I was like, all right, yeah, we'll send it to, like, I'll check it out or whatever like that. And then like a couple weeks later, he was just in New York, because Anthony Kilhofer, that's like, you know, Anthony Kilhofer, like Kanye engineer guy, he was managing him. He was just in New York. pulled up at the crib, and then like he was just in my room like making beats, bro, for like I don't even know. I had this girl over, I was trying to do some moves, you know what I'm saying? And this nigga was just in my room just like playing beats till like 3 in the morning, and I'm just like, the beats was hard as fuck, but I was like, yo, who the fuck is this dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga, can y'all like talking to Carson like, bro, like, can y'all get this nigga out of my room? Like, I'm trying to, but like, no, over time though, you just became cool and stuff. And then when I moved to LA, he was like staying at the apartments like literally like right down the street from us, like before I ended up in the hood and stuff like that. So like everybody that I might throw out, bro, it ain't never been on no, like this music shit is new to everybody. Like they just now like, oh, Darnell is a rapper for real. But everything just been off of just good relationships and just like, I probably looked out for somebody at a time, and then over time, like that shit, karma, come back to you, you know what I'm saying? But ain't never been no shit where it was like, oh, I was trying to work with people a long time ago. Like, nah, everybody just been homies for real.
Yeah, it's the same thing happened with Chance, right?
Yup, exactly. Same exact thing. Never was no music thing, just like a homie that happened to blow up. And now that I'm blowing up, he like showed the love right back.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So now the one I started from the time to seeing, so is that where the whole fuck Hollywood thing come from? Because it's like, you don't have to be Hollywood and the whole situation that happened to you out there?
I think that's just come from me just being like a Midwest dude off top, like, and yeah, definitely fuck, you don't have to be like somebody you not, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause Hollywood is definitely like a lot of people faking, a lot of people wearing masks out there, you know? Mm-hmm. But it really was, I tell these people this too, bro, it really was like me trying to show like people like me, like young black men, like the next level of bullshit you gotta go through. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, like once you make it out the hood and you ain't gotta worry about people robbing and stealing and breaking into your crib, or you getting into some shit to yourself cause you trying to survive, like what's the next level of problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you go out here, you could fuck around, date somebody, and that could be like, you could be in a whole situation, a scandal, TMZ type shit, but it's like a girl doing coke and all that shit, ODing in my crib, that shit not happening on the west side of Detroit. Nah, you know, if anything, girls come through, smoke some weed, a couple pill poppers every once in a while, but how shit go down in LA? No. And the risk is way higher out there. Like, in LA, I got this whole career and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I sign the wrong paper, like, I can get robbed for tons and millions, you know what I'm saying? My whole life, almost. Detroit, or even in the shop, you get robbed, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's petty. You know what I'm saying? If you make it away with your life, it's petty. Ain't shit to worry about, you know what I'm saying? But out there, it's like, bro, you could literally walk into a room, smile at some people, had some drinks, sign something, and took your whole, you fucking dead pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just trying to put that into perspective of like, it's just a different level of problems. Like, it's the same shit. It's the same. It's just as grimy as the hood in LA. Just as grimy, but it's just, or I ain't gonna say LA, well, in the industry, it's just as grimy as the hood, but it's just different. It's just super different, way more passive aggressive of how everybody do it. And when you getting got, you won't know until it's over.
Well, it seems like to me like you've been through a lot.
Man, yeah, but I do this shit all over again, man, because I feel like, you know, God gave me a testimony. And shit, like, you know, these stories of shit, like, some of that shit actually help people. You never know who need to hear, like, yo, I was fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always want to tell, like, when they ballin', like, no, I was fucked up. I was splitting burgers with my niggas, laying on the floor, fucking bed bugs biting me and shit, roaches big as my thumb. Like, I was really fucked up out here. But at the same time, it's like, bro, I never gave up, and I never once doubted that I was gonna fucking make it out that situation as long as I kept working. And I want people to know that all over. Like, I keep preaching that shit to everybody. Like, if you put 100% in some shit, and like you really go for it, like, yo, I did everything that I can. Like, not just like everything to the point where you like, oh, I'm tired of this shit, man. I feel like I did like literally everything, like to the point where you done sold fucking 3 pair of pants at Buffalo Exchange to do a fucking session just to get a half a song so you could play this person at a studio so you can get this unlimited time. Like, whatever the fuck you can. You know what I'm saying? You literally got to go through that. It's no way that shit won't work. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And that's why you be like, you people hear rappers and shit be like, oh man, like Yachty, that nigga whack and shit like that. But it's like, bro, that nigga, regardless of what you think of his music, his belief in himself and the amount of work that he does to like make that belief come true, that shit will overpass talent any time, any day. Hard work beat talent any day. So.
I got a lot of gems from this interview. It's gonna be dope. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna get into a fan question.
Yeah.
The turbo track. How did you get? I'm just about the video because your visuals is amazing. I want to get you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
How did you get Debo to be in the video?
Man, everybody keep asking that. Is crazy, but it was really like, man, I just thought about it like, yo, I want to get some like really random like OG like shit that I from growing up in the video. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, I want to get Debo. So I was like Instagram him. Nigga ain't hit us back. Like sent them an email, nigga ain't hit us back. And then we found like I guess his manager email and hit it, and they hit us back ASAP. Like, yeah, we're down. Sent us the script. Sent them the script and gave him a deposit. He pulled up. Like Debo, like one of the nicest dudes I ever met, though, for real. Like Debo looked like he would kill you, bro, but he like a real G, like family dude. We talked about church and shit. Like facts, bro. Like Debo a real one.
That's crazy. Alright, so signing the Roc Nation, man, being in management of Roc Nation, what are some things that you've learned from being under that camp?
Bro, I learn stuff every day, but it's not even like necessarily like them sitting there teaching me like, yo, or hitting me up. It's just like by the way that we move, everybody over there move, and that's why I signed them. Just the way that they move with, like how they brand themselves, you know what I'm saying, and how they look at everything is bigger than rap. Like, what can we do? Okay, you a rapper, you a director, but it's also other sides to you. How can we maximize those? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like literally every day. It's not even like it's just like it's not a lesson plan or nothing. It's just like a way to move. Like even when you walk in the building and you tell people like, yeah, I'm with Roc Nation, it's a whole. They understand like the credibility and the taste level that comes with that.
Man, trust me, I know I want to be an A&R for them so bad.
Oh man, man, bro, I hope it work out for you, man. Who knows, shit, you know? Fuck around with me for a couple years, I get some rank in that bitch. Call you in.
Hey, plug me, guys. Plug me, guys. I seen that you had a interaction that you kicked it with Diddy. What was that like?
Fucking crazy, bro. Diddy. It was crazy because I didn't expect Diddy to be so nice. Like, I didn't expect him to be an asshole or nothing, but I expected to be like, yeah, what's up, homie? Da-da-da-da. But, like, Diddy was, like, literally the most hype, cool nigga. Coolest rapper I ever met. Or artist, entertainer I ever met in my life. Like, just off GP, just humbleness, like, coolest. So that's what... And it be fucking me up when I meet somebody that's, like, not cool. Because, like, nigga, how you not gonna be cool? Diddy rich as hell. All these accolades. You damn near, you ain't got a top 40 hit, nothing, nigga. You ain't got nothing, really. And you got dirty to be walking around here like your shit don't stink. But, no, Diddy was mad cool, bro, humble as hell. Like, I was like, yeah, man, I'm from Detroit, I'm from 7 Mile. He was like, oh, man, I fucks with Detroit, man. I'm just trying to get on y'all energy, man. I was like, yeah, can I get this picture? He like, hell yeah, man, dog. Come here, bro. Like, he was like that cool, like, overly, like, damn. Yeah, but shout out Diddy, man. Shout out Diddy for like remaining humble through it all, cause that's exactly how I see myself.
That's real. And you say Beyonce was there too, right?
Yeah, Beyonce was there too. I didn't really interact with Beyonce. You know, I was trying to like stay away and just not get tied up by security, cause they be on it. But
you
Beyonce don't.
Nation fan,
yeah, I mean, you know, you could be around her, you know what I'm saying, but it's just like don't be trying to take no pictures of the queen, none of that. Like just let her be in her environment, chilling. Cause that's the thing about the Roc Nation brunch when we went, bro. It wasn't like everybody was just Jay-Z come in, a bunch of people taking pictures. Probably the only place you might see Jay-Z and no camera phones out. Not because we couldn't take them out. It was just like people were just literally enjoying each other and, oh, this is fam. It was almost like a damn mafia brunch for real. Cause it's like you seen all of the artists there, but it wasn't like wasn't no 500 people party. Like everybody who was there was doing something. And we all was introduced to each other as like one, you know what I'm saying? We were part of the same team. It wasn't no thing where like levels. Like I was chilling with like Joe Jonas, AB, we smoking cigars and stuff, like just talking about like my new record, what he got coming up. You know, he just got to going to the Raiders now. Okay. But yeah, I'm talking about Antonio Brown. That's what I mean. Yeah, all right. But yeah, man, it was dope, man. Everything. The Roc is dope. It's fam. I like the way they move. It's a lot of people that look like me and you over there, and that was another thing that was important for me as far as my management.
Did you get a chance to chop it up with Nipsey while you was out there?
Yeah, bro. I met Nipsey once, literally. We had talks to get Nipsey on a song like way before. But my conversation with Nipsey was real short, bro. I just told him like, yo, I really fuck with that Victory Lap tape. I told him like, I feel like that's your blueprint. Like I like songs by you, but that was the tape that made me like a fan, like for real. Like, I'm not about to sit here and be like, yo, I've been listening to Nipsey my whole, like, nah, like, I used to check out singles, but Victory Lap was like, okay, I fucks with this one. This is some shit. But yeah, I told him that, you know what I'm saying? We chopped it, dapped up, and he went on his way, like, but then, you know, like, sadly, like, a couple months later, what happened. But yeah, man, I'm actually just happy I got to chop it up with him and tell him something dope, like, that I, you know, show him appreciation before he passed. It ain't no thing where I had to go on the internet and write this long ass, oh man, you know, your shit was like, nah, I actually got to tell him, so.
You gave him his flowers while he was there.
Yeah, and I'm definitely happy. So, you know, in the future, like, I continue to move like that for real.
No, I get that energy from you, man. You guys just got good energy, and I can see where God has blessed you with so much.
Thank you, bro.
5 years, man. What does that look like for Darnell Williams?
Shit, I'm gonna be on a world tour somewhere. Yeah, that's where I see myself in 5 years. On a world tour somewhere, coming back to Chicago, and you knowing I'm here before I call you. Type shit, like, my mom out the hood, you know, she traveling, eating fruits and shit. I don't know what the fuck she want to do with her life, but she won't be working. So, like, and just spending time with my family and friends, like, that's what I do this shit for, bro. Like, getting rich and all that shit is dope, but, like, I don't want to just get rich to have money. Like, I want to have experiences with people I love. And, like, you know, I'm not waiting for them to get rich. Like, I feel like God gave me a gift. I'm the closest in my family to $1 million, so, like, I have to do this shit. It's not even a question. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing where it's like, oh, I need some inspiration. Like, nah, nigga, you the one. You the golden child. Like, they put you here to change shit. So.
Damn, like that sounds like the end.